Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for the wrong night because I just realized I forgot to start the right title. Yeah, oh well, you guys know who I am. Let's see. I forgot to redo this. The Darkmom Consortium. What the heck do we want to call this show? I already did that one. I'm absolutely at a loss for good ones. Yeah, I can't think of a good title. There we go. Yay! That's all done. Yes, we can close that one out. Thank you very much. There we go. All right. Yeah, I know I've done the Virosaurus Rex title a couple of times, so that's not very clever anymore. It looks like we've got a relatively new map here. I wonder if there's a better one going on. No! Everything else is probably just about at completion and completely full. Oh well. We'll do some work here. And let's see if we can catch it. Oh, what the heck. Let's give him some fun. Talk to researcher. Okay, well, that was easy. I thought we were actually going to have to do something there, but apparently not. Apparently we get to leave that one alone. We'll go do this one. I hope everybody's having a good day. I am sorry I'm fighting a cold, and you can hear it. I was going to wait till 6 and try and start doing this a little bit later in the evenings. And, yeah, we'll just start this one at 5, and we'll try and shift over to 6 starting next week. Because we are going to do time change on Sunday here. In the States, I know you guys did it in Europe already, so that messes up everything. We'll be back where we were in a mere week. This Friday, I was going to do a movie or a game. I think let's just do the Spectres arc. Do all these spooky ones and play Cat's Paw. And if anybody can dream up anything spooky, maybe some of the Feklar episodes, the Klingon ones. I don't think Federation guys can do that, which is too bad, but those are fun. Fine. My inventory's full. Can't imagine how my inventory got filled. How does that happen? My biggest thing is right now, because I've been sleeping horribly and getting up between 3 and 4 in the morning, trying to start the show at 6. I'm exhausted by 8, let alone by 9 o'clock. And then we have to cycle right back and get up at 5 in the morning again. Do you not eat my people, Mr. Dinosaur? I was doing Cat's Paw. I was doing the patrols for the daily event, not the Cat's Paw itself, this morning. And when I got to the final thing where you have the hags and the skull and the witches, I dropped an agony field about halfway between the staircase and the skull. It was perfect. It took out everything at once. It was amazing. I'm waiting around for the next thing to happen, and nothing else happens. The hags are dead, the witches are dead, the skull's down. The cage has got the little exclamation mark on it. And you'll notice all my endeavors are done, except for Virosaurus Rex. Viriosaurus Rex, yeah, that word. Because I've started trying to get those done in the days. Hi there, 47 Alpha Tango. How are you doing? Let's see, my chat is a little weird, Cliff. This time change is rather a bother, isn't it? I'm going to lurk while I have dinner. You go lurk. Lurk your little heart out, Cliff. That is absolutely fine. It's only for 1 week. How's school going, 47? And thank you for the 5-stream streak, Cliff. I appreciate that. We have an ad starting in about 30 seconds here. Well, it says starts in 30 seconds, but it starts whenever the heck it feels like starting, I've discovered. So maybe 30 seconds, maybe 3 minutes, whatever. And of course, did I have Voth on the ground today? Yes. Did I get enough done to go for the V-Rex? No. Not even close. And my dogs were doing the, hey, Mom, we'd like to go for a walk, which was a good idea because it decided to start raining about an hour ago. Glad to hear that. It seems like it alternates between everything for everybody going to heck in a handbasket, and then things get better, and things go good for everybody, and then it all goes the other way. I hate this one. I hate it because it keeps shooting things on me. I'm still hemming and hawing about going to Vegas for the show. I mean, I like the show, but for me, there's not enough to do for 5 days there. Unless I'm, running a booth. Running a booth is fun. Won't do anything as crazy as we've done before. Maybe 2 laptops and 1 big display. Yay, it's done. Where are we going? Oh, yeah. A lot left to do here. But my son has convinced me if I do Vegas, he will stay here and take care of the dogs, so I can zip out there, rather than trying to drive in 3 days with 2 dogs. That would be challenging. Make it out in 2 days, maybe 3 max. Get out there just in time for the convention. Set up, have some fun with it. Hang out with my friends at night. Go. Oh, somebody else is here. Have fun. Is anybody else having lag issues? Dudes, don't just shoot them. Do the generators. That's the only way the map's going to get done. And the dogs are underneath my feet, which is really weird. Well, thank you. That's a great spot for a generator. Very convenient. That's 3. We're not even halfway done with this map. Ah. It's 4. Ooh. Oh, well. Do not start shooting at them. Really? Couldn't just wait till you got this one done, Mom. Apologies for the coughing and the sneezing. Oh. Okay. Curious. No, it doesn't take out swarmers. Dang. Well, I hoped. Well, somebody's been here. So aside from Spectres and the Klingon Fakiri episodes, what else is a good spooky Star Trek episode? Star Trek Online episode, that is. Since Friday is Halloween, and gosh darn it, I'm not going out there. People are crazy. The Vault. The Vault, the episode, or the Vault, the TFO? No, the TFO is easy peasy. The episode takes forever. Grass, I always start about 5 o'clock. I'm thinking about switching it to 6. And if you're talking, I can't hear you. That's okay. Your mic's actually not working online, so give me a sec. Hang on a second. Let me finish this one, and then I'm going to fix Graz's mic. Just have to take out the one in the middle here. Oh, I missed one. Dang it. I thought I had all 5 there. One didn't repair itself, I hope. Well, that's Interesting. Okay. Might have. No, I'm gonna have to go in and do something else. It's just being really unpleasant. Fine. Fine, I'll do that to you then. There we go. Let's see. We're getting close. I'm going to have to head down there in a moment. Let's see. Add that back in. What the heck? Try it now, Graz.
Can you hear me?
Ooh, yeah, that should work. Let me turn that down a little bit there. Yeah, so OBS has been obnoxious with microphones on their beta, which is how I've been bringing in other people's voices. And it's been just obnoxiously difficult. Can I get through this way?
Oh,
And
in other words, Henri.
yeah, and every time I fix it, which I thought I had just fixed it, it's like, nah, 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 nah. Willie McBride, hi, it was, oh, you were adult emo phase this morning. Are you still adult emo phase, or is it just a morning thing? Musin says for our spooky episodes, anything with Neelix. Musin has an excellent point. Where am I going? Right down there. Okay. I've done my share of the work here. Give me my dinosaur. Oop. Okay. Oh, my dinos.
Is it the Biorex?
Yeah, it is. If anybody wants to know, this map, which is almost ready to go except for the city, we are currently in Battle Zone 3, and we're getting very close. We're probably at 90%. Neelix isn't scary. Nightmare, but not scary. Oh, that's the point. When Twitch lets me change my name in 3 months, I might be that name again. Does Twitch let you change your name? If anybody needs an invitation to come join me, I'm happy to give it to you. So you don't have to do all of them again. Graz, you want to join me, or have you already gotten it?
I need it. So go ahead and please send me an invite.
There you go. You have a team invite. I am. It doesn't really matter which one I'm in. But yeah. Oh yeah, it's like at 95. So get on down here.
I'm coming.
Okay. Anybody else need it real quick? I know you've got to be in. Let's see. I'm in the park.
Yeah, that's usually the one that I had to.
Mm-hmm. You should be able to get here pretty quick. I think you'll feel differently when you run into Neelix in a dark alley at night. Yeah. Good point.
And I got the cat form, so.
Oh, yeah. Kitty Kitty helps. And just go due west from where you are. And it's Dino's gonna come up any sec now. I think if you're in the same map chunk with me, you're good. Well, what other episodes could we do? I mean, doing all of Spectres takes a little bit of time, but it's not a huge amount. It's Graz Kitty. It's Graz and a small deer. Come on, people in the city, go take out one more. Borg episodes, excellent. Ooh, Borg Ground. Those are pretty spooky. The good ones. Good choice.
Good. My favorite ground doff that got here.
For Romulan captains, you could do the one where you've been captured by Hakiv. Yeah, that one is pretty creepy, but it is limited to our Ramis. So Klingons have got the Fakiri ones. The Romulans have got the psychological torture ones. Borgies. Yep, we'll have plenty. Then excellent suggestions. I will write them down as soon as we're done with this dinosaur. Because I'm not going to have done that much work and not get my dinosaur. Gosh darn it. Well, come on. We're waiting. Everything's done except for city. No! It just went backwards a little bit. What did we lose? Hello, Queen Elizabeth. Was there a 10 forward or whatever they're calling it these days today? I have my phone set to remind me, which it did, but I didn't remember them saying anything about it. Usually they've got some kind of teaser. There we go. Well, so much for that one. So, whew, all that for what, 6-7 seconds?
Yeah. Did you get credit?
Oh yeah. Did you?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. Otherwise we have to do it again. I'm not even going to race for the other ones. They're going to be done in a moment here.
I know beforehand, probably a few years ago, we could easily get over there to get the other ones.
You used to definitely be able to get 2, possibly 3. If you started in the city, you could definitely get 3.
But it's kind of now that we've gotten the Camarki set, we started, at least some of us have geared up to the point of...
The ground gear's just gotten so much better.
Oh, yeah.
So, did we get... No. What happened? City hasn't been finished? Really? There we go. Oui, oh, oui, as my sister used to say. 47 Alpha Tango says, work interferes with all important things these days. True. What's interesting, though, is now that I'm not working, it's amazing how unfulfilling your life is. And something that Ambassador Kell said recently got me going about that, making me think, for a lot of us, and I don't speak for everybody, but for a lot of us, we require some kind of external validation to remind us that we have a meaning and significance in this world. So I'm sitting around here going, now what? I have a friend who's starting a new martial arts school down in Texas, but it's not like I can zip down there every day to help him out. And I'm not going to move to Texas.
Yeah, too hot during the summer.
Oh, yeah, and too hot most of the time. It was, what are you telling me, it was 95 yesterday when I was chatting with him? And it's almost November. It's 95 and it's almost November. No. No.
Oh, quick question for
Yes.
you. What's your current kid performance at?
I have no idea.
Uh,
Where would I find
uh,
that?
uh, uh, skill base stats ground. Uh,
Um,
yep. You scroll all the way
five
down.
520.
Okay, not that bad.
No, no, this is one of my better round sets. I mean, it's nothing
Is that
fancy, but it's good enough.
is and was the readiness 110?
Yes,
Okay. Just curious.
this one isn't too bad. It's the Kumarki. The kit that I've got on there is the Rizian kit, which I've brought up to gold. And then whatever toys I put on varies with what I want to do. But for the moment, the two I've been having a lot of fun with are cold fusion and endothermic induction field.
Okay. If you're, I'm just bringing this up. If which Rizian kit frame do you have?
The old one, not the new one.
Okay.
From what,
Uh,
like two,
the
3 summers ago?
okay. The reason why I asked is the Terraformer one only gets kit performance times two. But if you have one of each elemental types from either winter or summer,
Mm-hmm.
it gives it like an extra 100 kit performance.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying this is the best kit
Oh,
out
yeah,
there or the
okay.
best setup. It's
Okay,
pretty
okay.
dang good, but would I take it into like elite board ground? No. I have. I'm not sure that that's something I want to do, but I have done it.
Okay.
47 Alpha Tango says, I don't know about that, generally speaking, the external validation. So maybe that's more of it for people like me who don't have a great sense of self worth and need reinforcement from outside. And that's, because I hear my son talking about things that I've done. And I'm like, holy moly, I did all that? And go back through this list of stuff I've done in my life. And hearing him say it, it sounds really impressive. In my brain, it's like, yeah, but everybody does stuff like that. No, they don't. So, so I'm one of those people who kind of needs it from the outside, but I'm at that point now where I've got to come up with something to do for the next 30-ish years. 30, 35 years, I figure is realistic at my age and the genetics in my family.
Oh, yeah. My
I'm a Hawkman.
maternal,
Pardon?
my maternal grandmother just recently passed away at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah. Today would have been her 94th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like she had the four sisters that she had. Only one did not make it out of childhood. The other two, on the other hand, uh, no, sorry, no question. She was one of four daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Two daughters besides her that made it out of childhood.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest one to die was 89,
Yeah.
and the oldest one was 95, and her mother was 99.
My
So,
grandparents had 4 daughters. 2 of them were sickly, as they described it back then. Both were in the hospital while they were very young for many years. All survived. With the exception of my mother, they all lived to either 100 or very close to 100, like 99. So the genes are there. My mother, on the other hand, opted to do things like smoke and drink excessively.
oh yeah, it's like the four grandparents that I have.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's mother was kind of like that. She died in her 60s due to over drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
The rest of the grandparents, mid to late 80s or 90s. So, and I had a great grandmother that lived to be 104. So,
Ow. You beat me on that
yeah,
one. I didn't have any live
yeah.
that old. Uh,
But still, it's like a decent amount of my family is like, hey, as long as you do your best to keep yourself healthy,
mm-hmm.
and barring any acts of God,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
pretty much just like, hey, if you, it's like you're gonna probably die sometime in your mid to late 80s, if that's the earliest.
Mm-hmm. Well, 47 Alpha Tango says, I think a big part of it is uh, from some form of involvement to keep one engaged in something, essentially not just keeping busy, but finding community as part of it. Yeah, that is so important. Um, I do know with my mom's mom, my grandmother, who, well, both of them died in their hundreds, so that doesn't matter. But she was engaged with her family, her daughters, her grandkids, heavily involved with her church, the knitting ladies, the quilting ladies, traveling around the country to, visit friends and family, right up until her last year. So very true there. I do tend to get kind of isolated, so you guys are to a huge extent my world, and then I've got my son, but he's got his own life. I don't impose on him, try not to impose on him.
Yeah, nice. Got it 600K worth of EC from the Universal.
Oh, nice. I didn't even open that one up. I probably should open some of these boxes up. So,
how many reward boxes do you have?
oh, lots.
Yeah, you probably have enough boxes to give yourself at least 2 or 3 keys
Oh, yeah, I'm
worth of
sure.
EC.
Let's see. Let's move that one up there and we can see what we got. On that box, we got 1,000 to lithium, 150,000 energy credits, and a Marks package.
Hey, can't complain about marks, right?
Nope. Well, on this tune,
It's
I can
like,
complain about because I got way too many, but that's a whole different story.
okay, yeah.
Uh, things. Yes, I was buying stuff the other day. If you're wondering why I've got this much junk in here, it's not all stuff that needs to get tossed out. I was trying to get a couple of ships, which we did. I got 2 Infinity ships on last Thursday, I think. Yeah, last Thursday. And while I was doing that, Taz and Chris got a Trafalgar, which they gave me because my son wanted the Trafalgar, which he loves so much. It's if you see the USS Skinwalker out there, that's my son. It's Halloween. Might as well have a Skinwalker. I,
It
of course.
reminds me of the fact that we don't actually have the ability to do playable Suliban.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Because it's a race that got added to the game in Legacy of Romulus all those years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and never actually was properly usable by players. I managed to find a stupid trick you can do to make characters that look like Suliban, but
Oh,
it only works for females, and it requires you to wear a knit hat.
no. 47 Alpha Tango. Yeah, I mean, you guys are around the country, or in the case of Cliff and Pi and Chris and Taz, around the world, and WC, more around the world. And then every now and then the weird things happen, like Cybrox, who was in our fleet, well, still is in our fleet technically. Um, his girlfriend lived down the street from me, which was just like, what? And then Qantas lives on the other side of town. JB is maybe 60 miles from here, so people are close.
60 miles. That's easily a. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go spend the day with so and so.
Well, we just go up and
Distance.
because he works, it's one of those. Hey, you want to meet for coffee after work? Sure, I can zip up there and we can spend a couple hours drinking some coffee.
Yeah, I got a friend that I'm actually. She lives probably about 50 miles
Hmm.
from where I live, and I'm gonna be meeting her for a late lunch tomorrow.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, so we get into the Americans versus the Europeans, where, especially with like the mainland Europeans, I'm leaving Sweden and Norway out of it a little bit because the way the countries are situated, it's not quite as easy to go from one place to another because it's coastal and you can't necessarily go through the middle of the country. But every place else is pretty easy, you'd think, to go from here to there. But I'm like, I'm going to go visit my brother. Well, how far away is he? 200 miles, roughly. Oh my gosh, how long are you staying? Just having lunch with him. It's not like it's a big trip, but that's like what, 4 hours drive? Yeah, 3.5, 4. We'll go there, a couple hours drive, have lunch, and I'll drive home. And a lot of our European friends just get freaked out by that. I have no idea what they do when I explain that I go to class twice a week and it's 600-mile round trip. No, excuse me, that's not true. It's a 300-mile round trip twice a week. All right, so let's see. Speaking personally, though, most of my state of tiredness, I would be willing to suspect stems more from burnout than anything else. Oh yes, add to that, we're getting into the fall, the shorter days. Even where you are, the days are slightly shorter. Um, this is my bad time of year.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at where Meeson lives.
Yeah.
Going from one end of his country down to the other end of Belgium.
Uh huh.
It's like a little bit over 4.5 hour trip.
Yep.
I actually did that roughly earlier this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, started roughly about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and finished about 4 in the afternoon.
So I'm doing a drive out to Vegas, probably doing the drive to Vegas, which is 1,800 miles roughly. If I have the dogs with me, it's going to take 4 days. If it's just me, I could run it in 2 days, 2 really long days. Really, really long days. I'll probably do it in 3. But burnout's a real thing. Sometimes it's because we get so focused on accomplishing our jobs, our tasks, our roles, that we limit our outside things, our outside people. Our focus just gets limited on one thing and jump back. I'm not going to say one generation, but jump back 2 generations. Uh, my mom was a teacher, but she also had a social life, and she had my dad, and she had her sisters, and her mom was still alive, and she had kids and grandkids, and they were all reasonably close, and she had social things in the neighborhood. And as she got older, that world kind of got smaller, but it never collapsed the way that mine has. And I'm not complaining, please understand that. But my world was never huge. It was very much work-oriented, and now it's a few people in real life and you guys. So the burnout from work, because when all this was happening, all I had was work. Work, 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 work. Work and stow. Yeah, I can see if you don't have enough other stuff in your life, that burnout gets to be a huge issue. And it does have a huge physical effect on you, and emotional effect.
Okay, I just saw some meme someone posted in the official Stowe Discord that, oh boy, this is something that if someone actually did this, that would be utterly hilarious.
Do you want to post a
Okay,
link?
so what the text is, please help me solve this CAPTCHA. My bank locked my account and I can't order more history books. Let's see here if I can forward it to no. It doesn't want to forward to you guys. Hold on, let me swap things.
If it's a
Go to
link, you can put it in.
gallery. It's
Okay.
not. Let's see here. Forward the thing. Let's see if I can forward it now. There you go. Cinda.
Data's gallery?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good.
Yes. Select all squares that contain a battle cruiser. I look at this. I'm like, whose definition of battle cruiser are we using here?
It's really good. It's in Data's gallery, everyone. Go enjoy that.
I genuinely don't even know which ships those are, so I'm trying to figure out whether they're officially categorized as battle cruisers. Yeah, about that.
Well, I know you're going to school, 47 Alpha Tango, so it's kind of hard to take a break, but you probably need one. The stupidest mistake I ever made, though, was when I was working for, not BioSafe, Magma Foundry, company out of Europe. And I told my boss I was going to go to Australia and New Zealand and Singapore and a couple other places. I was going to be gone for 3 weeks. It was amazing. It was fantastic. It's the first big vacation I'd ever done. I was traveling by myself, and a week was away from all electronics because we were climbing the mountains, and the rest of it was electronics and visiting and just having a wonderful social life. And I got back to the office, and my brain was going, no, now we want more vacations. Vacations, good. Kind of was my downfall. It's a great vacation, though. But it definitely helps with keeping your brain healthy and your life good. And I know people say, even if you just take a little time away. No, you have to take time away.
I mean, as one person put it, it's like general feelings of malaise and tiredness and stuff. Like going jogging for 30 minutes will actually make it feel a lot better sometimes.
Yep. Especially if you can do it outside, because you get the vitamin D, the sunlight, which helps with the seasonal affective disorder. At this time of year, seasonal affective disorder is a thing.
But like also part of it is just like if you're being indoors more than normal, the simple change in routine will cause you to, well, it might cause you to feel tired or it might not. So some people just get weirdly restless and instead. But
Well, if anybody needs an incentive to get out, I will rent you my dogs, who are now firmly into their 5-mile-a-day hikes. Which is all well and good. I mean, it's lovely to walk 5 miles until you realize that you take 2 steps, you have to stop and sniff something. You take 2 more steps, and you have to stop and sniff something. 3 more steps. No, sniff. We have to go back a few steps. We have to sniff. Back, forth, sniff, sniff. So give it a couple hours for that walk every single day. And if you don't do the whole walk, they just give you that look of, but Mom. So I'm looking at the weather report that's saying, hey, rain tomorrow. And I'm like, yes, we don't have to do the 5 miles tomorrow. Woo! Let's take a look here, speaking of weather. I do not want to hear this. Sounds like that Hurricane Melissa is intense. Mr. Dave says, woohoo, no 5 miles tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Well, no, knowing the dogs, they'll be like, it's not raining that hard. They say that right until they get outside, and they're like, but it's raining. We have to go back in. And they sit inside going, but we could go out, and it's not raining that much. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're evil. Evil dogs. Should we do something? Oh, I love this. It says rain starting in 3.5 hours. The closest rain is in St. Louis. There is no way that storm's getting here at 3.5 hours. It would have to be traveling at 70 miles an hour to get here that fast. There's a little tiny bit of rain.
I mean, unless they have a recreation of the Great White Hurricane.
See, I was listening to Business Channel programs talking about software development companies starting 60-hour crunch weeks again, and the show hosts, who I'm sure have no idea what that actually means, going, good, we need more of that. No, we don't. That's how you get people burned out and sick, and you're more prone to having issues because your brain, 40 hours is pushing it for focus. I worked at a company that had a very strict 40-hour a week for writing programs for software. And when things got really tense and they were pushing us to hit deadlines, pushing them to hit deadlines, the level of screw-ups just skyrocketed.
Yeah, this is actually something that Taco Fangs and some of the other cryptic devs mentioned is that if you try to cram too hard, you effectively end up reducing the effectiveness of the hours worked.
Well, I mean, you can do it sometimes, but you can't make it a thing. So,
like his explanation was something like, "Oh, well, adding another hour or two to your work schedule a day, yeah, that'll probably speed up production. Adding five, nah."
yeah. Well, we would have contracts that would, let's say, have to go out on Friday morning. Contract has to be out of our office and in the other office Friday morning. So Wednesday at 2 o'clock, we'd all agree the contract is ready. We just need to give it one last look. So we would invariably make Wednesday night. Everybody go home, change clothes, put on some jeans and a t-shirt, and they'd bring in pizza and everything. And we'd just sit there from like 5 in the evening till we were done, which might be midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, and just going over a 100-page document word by word by word. And we could still make mistakes. Can I send you a Discord message tonight for some advice, please? Sure. Mr. Dave, you don't have to ask me. We're friends.
So depending on the kind of advice, you could just ask it in general chat on the Discord. If you know, or
yeah, absolutely.
Really there.
But sometimes, we get talking about personal stuff and private stuff. Let's see, instead of working 40 hours, I end up working 60 hours to cause a need for 20 hours more. Yeah, exactly. So these nights when we would have these mass sessions trying to get that contract done and perfect by Thursday morning still gave us 24 hours to, one, go home, sleep as late as you need to, and come back in and we'll take one more pass on it. So when it did go out the door on Friday morning, we could be reasonably confident.
Yeah, like one thing that I heard someone say, I forget who it was, is that the main thing is to like actually work when you're on the clock and not get distracted and screw around.
Oh, true that. So true.
Because like getting distracted and screwing around when you're supposed to be working will sap your productivity way more than anything else.
Yeah, I used to sit in an area where everybody would walk by and they'd stop and visit. And I finally begged them, can I go just sit in that corner over there and not everybody will come by? But don't you like it when they visit with you? No. No, I do not. It's great when I have nothing to do. But if I have nothing to do, you don't need me to be here.
I used to work with some people who would be like, I'm busy, go away.
Yeah.
I mean, they would, politely ask, what are you talking about? Like, oh, nope, that's not important. Go away.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a few people who love to just come by and exercise the jaw for a little bit. I love you guys. You know who you are. But when I'm working, go away. What shall we do? Speaking of working, what shall we do? Yes. Then again, I could be guilty of that too. And I have a neighbor who will occasionally lean across the fence and we'll chat for a little bit. But when she hits that point where she needs to stop talking, she's like, okay, we're done. And she just walks away from the fence and that's it.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty common thing. It's like I've known a lot of people who would be like, oh, I have other things I need to take care of. Bye.
Mom, in your opinion about Voyager, was their series better before or after 7 of 9 joined the show? My opinion, it was better after 7 of 9 joined the show because I think the writing got more cohesive. Not necessarily because of 7 or 9. It's partially the fact that the characters that they had that were going to work together started to work together. 7 of 9 and the Doctor really became focal points, in my opinion, and it allowed for the writers to do some better character pieces. Neelix was not a great focal piece. Certainly Kes wasn't. And it took them a while to figure out what the team was going to be.
This is a weird case because of the fact that it's not that Kes was a bad character concept, it's that the writers acted like they had no idea what to do with her.
Right. She was a amalgam of characteristics without necessarily being a character. And 7 of 9, they could play with her, at least in that first bit, they played with her mostly in terms of a nice piece of eye candy. And then they started to realize, oh my gosh, we could actually write interesting explorations of humanity, which is, of course, what Star Trek's all about, and we can do some plot developments, and we can do other characters developing because she brings in that introspective, or excuse me, reflective character that is part of Star Trek. And we had
Well,
Spock in TOS, we had Data in TNG, and I think Kes and Neelix were supposed to be the ones in Voyager, but that didn't really work out, and you bring in Seven of Nine, and she's a much better foil for that aspect. DS9 didn't really need it because they were exploring other things. They didn't need to have specific characters to do it, so they could pull on Garrick, they could pull on Martok, they could pull on Cisco, and each of them allowed a different exploration. I think the writing for DS9 was probably the best of all of the Star Trek writing.
DS9 also had the benefit of having what was essentially a larger box to play in.
Mm-hmm.
Voyager, because like all of the main cast were on the ship,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't have like recurring characters who lived on a nearby planet because there were no nearby planets.
Yep.
So like everyone had to be on the ship, and thus only a handful of characters really get any serious screen time. And I think the writers just had no idea what to do with that. Because, like, like I was saying with Kes, is that there's an interesting thing you could do with, like, exploring how the Federation works by having someone who's an outsider learning how the Federation works that they didn't do.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with you. I think they didn't know what they wanted to do with their characters going into it, and that's a problem. DS9, again, took a couple of seasons to really figure out what it was. And one of the big things that came up with DS9 was they're like, well, it's not a starship. It can't go places, which worked really well with what they did. Everybody had to come to them, and they had a reason for people to have to come to them. During the war, before the war, after the war, trade, business, religion, and they did have a planet there, which they could always go visit, but it was a nice switch from a ship that was moving to a focal point, and it allowed for a lot of great character work, great script work, but they had also that beautiful story arc, the whole war arc, that they didn't have in any other Star Trek show. Mr. Day says, I'm watching the episode where Voyager is being twisted and the captain tells Harry Kim how much she appreciates him and that she values him, and yet I'm thinking that she never promoted the guy. Yes. Yeah.
The one thing I'm wondering about is if you could justify that using the real world logic of positional promotions instead of like accrued time in service based promotions. Because like in real militaries, you will have things like, oh, this particular duty position is for a staff sergeant. Therefore, you cannot be promoted to a sergeant first class while you occupy this duty position.
I can see where they could have definitely used some kind of logic like that, but at the same time, not promoting people when they're doing a good job and you're telling them they're doing a good job crushes morale.
To be honest, though, it's like being an ensign, though, is so far down the pecking order that they don't actually have duty positions that are specifically for ensigns. So you would get at least promoted to a second lieutenant instead of being still an ensign.
Harry needed the promotion. I'm so glad that the little bit we've seen of Starfleet Academy, he becomes an admiral, finally.
I mean, to Tom Paris, because of the fact that he wasn't technically actual, like, proper Starfleet, they had a reason not to promote him.
But they did.
Right. But like, Harry Kim getting promoted to lieutenant would have made sense. You know, I do see how they wouldn't be able to properly justify promoting him higher unless they had a specific reason to, but at the very least make him a lieutenant. Yeah.
So Mr. Dave says Tom Paris was brigged several times during the show and he still kept his rank. Michael Burnham.
Yeah,
great example of whoa, no, nobody, nope. Pierce
Well,
got demoted to ensign, then re-promoted to Lieutenant JG. Yeah, he did. But Harry never got promoted. Poor Harry. Burnham was a terrorist. Burnham was a lot of things. So much as I dislike Burnham and I hate her story arc, WC and I were chatting way back when Voyager came out. And he was working through the plot of how you could make Burnham into a more interesting character given what she does in those first few episodes. Don't change what she does, but you could have written her so that the audience would understand what she did better. So she becomes sympathetic. She goes to the brig. She has to do the reclamation arc. She has to work her way back up, and it's not the Mary Sue instant heroine type thing.
Well, that's actually one thing that I had some detailed discussions with people about in the past, and I don't remember who I was talking to anymore. But the basic gist of it was that the fundamental idea of Burnham's actions in the first episode that resulted in her getting thrown into the brig, the captain was right to throw her in the brig.
Yeah.
Because what Burnham did is something that in universe doesn't make sense. Because of the fact that you're the right-hand woman of the captain of the ship, but you're unwilling to tell the captain of the ship why you think their decision is a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And you instead decide to countermand them in a tense situation and do something that is normally just like beyond the pale. Don't ever do that without telling the captain why.
Now, there are a couple of other episodes where things like that happen. In more than a few episodes, Riker tells Picard his opinion on the situation, and he does it privately, and Picard makes his own decision. There is that one episode, though, where Data does what he knows he has to do, and this is the Romulan incursion into, is it Khitomer, or, no, is it Vulcan? Sayla's leading the incursion, and the ships are cloaked, and Data realizes something's up, so he makes a couple of command decisions without notifying Picard to do what he believes, knows to be the correct decision to reveal the Romulan ships. It's in that same thing, and at some level, he could be thrown in the brig, and I think he does that because the way it's written, he knows that this is a huge violation of command.
Well, I also remember an episode, or maybe it was a book, where there's this scene where something is going on, and then like all of a sudden, Data furiously types out a bunch of commands on his console at superhuman speed. The ship does something, and then Picard's like, "What the are you doing?" And Data's like, "Sir, I will. I need to go and type up a full report for you to read later," and then like excuses himself from the bridge while one of the secondary officers takes his place at the console.
I'm going to put money on that's a book and not an episode because I don't remember it, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I think the thing is, in the end, Picard realizes that the action that Data takes is correct, well done given the circumstances, but he could be equally justified by throwing him in the brig if he had gone that way.
It's like the example of them furiously typing it at the console. It's like the effect of what he did wasn't immediately obvious. It's like something happened as a result, and Picard's like, "I don't understand what you did." It wasn't something where it's like, where Picard's immediate reaction is, "How dare you do that against my orders?" It's like Picard's just like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So it's a different context of the officer acting without proper approval and authorization. It's not directly defying the captain. It's doing something without the captain's knowledge.
Yeah, and in a situation where getting that approval would have taken away the opportunity to make it happen. Mm-hmm.
Well, that was actually the justification that Data used in that specific instance is that if he didn't act immediately, something bad would happen. And that while it wouldn't be catastrophically bad, him taking care of the problem in a timely manner and then
Oops.
explaining it would be quicker than, doing it the right way. And then, you know,
I'm just standing here and all of a sudden a dinosaur shows up. I don't even
oh,
need the dinosaur.
pity.
Oh well.
It looks dead now.
It's definitely dead. It's worse than that. It's dead, Jim. I don't know that that
It's
was the
dead,
same
Jim.
episode. The one where Picard is talking about throwing Riker in the brig and he doesn't countermand the order, so Data throws him in the brig. It's definitely an episode, but I don't think it's the same episode.
Hmm. Well, another thing, a thing with real world military stuff is that getting thrown in the brig doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get demoted.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And because the fact that in that one episode of with Picard throwing Riker in the brig was more of a joke than anything else, like what the Admiralty sees about this is mostly what Picard's going to write in his report about the matter. They're not really going to care quite as much the fact that he's in the brig as what Picard says about his reasoning for throwing him in the brig.
47 Alpha Tango says, I never saw Burnham as a Mary Sue. It just feels like her fall and redemption arc were just handled very poorly. Honestly, if we were around at the time, I think her arc was written by ChatGPT or something. It was a good concept,
Mm-hmm.
but just poorly written. Yeah, that's what WC and I were talking about. You could have, with a good writer, made that work.
Uh,
I
one
think you might have needed to
person's
tweak a few things, but
one person's thoughts on the matter, I forget who this was that it's like looking at a rough draft of a script that hasn't been polished yet and is
mhm.
something that the writers are still like evaluating the basic concept of, and having that get made into an episode instead of actually finishing the script and making it work properly.
Yep.
I've done that video series on TNG episodes, analyzing how all of the different episodes were put together. And one thing that I started doing is looking at the behind the scenes stuff, because some of them have interesting stuff about, like, oh, well, we're originally planning on having the episode be this, or we were originally planning on having the episode do that, and then changing it. And in some of those cases, it's a very interesting plot idea that they just like completely axed from the episode. And the end resulting episode, I'm in some cases I'm really not sure why they axed it. Like one example is the Calamarain episode. Um,
Q Who? Is it Q Who?
what
It's one of the
is
Q
the
episodes.
what does the name Calamarain actually mean in the episode?
I have no clue.
In the episode as aired, it is seemingly the name of the space cloud entity,
Yeah.
although it's a collective plural,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like an individual personal name. Yeah, oh yeah, deja q, because like it's the episode with Q and Q2. Great
Right, right.
character. I wish we'd seen him more. um because like but like the part about that episode that was so screwball and weird is, in terms of looking at the behind the scenes stuff, is that there's several things that are hints, because like the writers didn't actually like make public records of, like, well, this is what draft A was, this is what draft B was, here's
Mm-hmm.
what we changed when we made draft C. No, we don't have that. I wish we did, but we don't. Instead, we have a few more cryptic clues. Like a while back, presumably to, for cost cutting measures and recouping money spent and so on and so forth, Paramount sold off a whole bunch of costumes that they had used for TNG episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Care to guess how this is relevant to the Calamarain?
I have no clue.
The name Calamarain is attached to one of the costumes that they sold.
Oh,
See, okay, in the episode with the Calamarain shows up seemingly at random in this solar system that has a race whose name is never said in the episode. One of the costumes worn by one of the characters who was a member of the race on the Alien of the Week planet, that costume said that the Alien of the Week was a Calamarain.
hey, James White Dragon is rating with a party of 4. Greetings. Greetings, James
Heyo.
White Dragon. Greetings, Stat71. Welcome aboard. We are having a lovely stream. We're chit-chatting about episodes. So I just Googled Calamarain, and apparently they come out of one of the books originally.
There are also novels that involve the Calamarain.
Apparently so, yes.
But like, see, because like when you look at that plot, that episode, but from a breakdown of individual plot points, suddenly you notice things that just feel like they're missing. Like, the episode never makes an attempt to explain why the Calamarain cloud entity is there. It's just there. You're left to assume that it's hunting Q.
Possibly,
But it doesn't
yes.
say
No, they never do
why.
say it. Why does that alien name remind me of the game that the aliens and Quark played in DS9? I don't know. You're not thinking...
Oh, he's talking about the Wadi.
Oh, okay.
The Wadi game involved reciting some phrases like jump to two and I don't remember the exact thing because it's like nonsense words.
Well, every time I hear Calamarain, my brain goes to Calamarain, which is, of course, up in Wisconsin. It's a moraine up there, but geologic thing around here. But that's that's where my brain goes. Woo! Sorry about that. Yes.
Oh well.
Yeah. No. Don't drink scotch with a sore throat. Oh my God.
Anyway,
That wasn't
well,
good. Woo!
one of the conclusions I came to after pondering it for a while was that the logic behind why Q is at this solar system and why the Calamarain showed up to antagonize him is that the Calamarain cloud entity was created when Q took members of the humanoid population that lived on the local planet and turned them into the cloud entity. Because one of the key plot points in the episode is that the cloud entity exists because of something Q did.
Mm-hmm.
They never tell you exactly what. That the cloud entity wasn't a cloud entity originally at all, and that something Q did something. Now they're a cloud entity.
James White Dragon, go make your lovely wife some lovely tea, and thank you. We will have a lovely day, or lovely evening at least. It is getting later in the evening for us here. It's still light, but pleasant. Speaking of, this got to me this morning when I was out walking the dogs, and I saw a neighbor and said, "Hey, good morning." And then I realized, good morning, good evening, but then why don't we have afternooning?
Well, I mean, in Britain, they will say good day.
Yeah, but it's not the ing suffix. The morning, the evening, but no afternooning. We don't say good day-ing. Why do we have those that way?
Because the word for afternoon doesn't have ing attached to it.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. I was aware of that.
I mean, that's like the only reason that I can, give you on that was because like it's just like when one thing is irregular, all of the dependencies become irregular.
Well, it does come from the Middle English more winning, so I guess it was already there. But we need afternooning. I'm going to start doing that. Good afternooning. No, Cliff. Good afternooning.
Well, that also brings up the question of whether or not the Old English versions of those words actually ended with the same suffix.
The ing?
Yeah, it's like were they did they originally actually share a suffix, or is that something that was a later
Well, it looks like the
addition?
morning does indeed have that suffix built into it because it's not ing like in the sense of run ing. It's a different. It's nyng.
Oh, also is that there was a period of time when in one of the versions of English they actually used the Futhark runic script, and the Futhark runic script actually has an NG letter. So you end up with a lot of words in that have a NG that in regular English don't, because of the fact that it's a specific letter in that language or alphabet.
Well, it looks like evening, though we have it spelled or ning, actually comes from a different root, which is N-U-N-G, not to be confused with the N-Y-N-G. So, coincidence.
Ung.
So,
Yeah, ung
as
is
master of overskill or overskill, so your question should be about the etymology of noon. And it comes down to it's not the suffix, it just looks like it. Yeah, exactly. So, what is the
well.
etymology of noon?
Ung is actually a very common suffix in Norse.
Makes sense. Noon is from the ninth hour.
Having
And
ung
refers to about 3 o'clock. So
having ung
about
and
it.
ing get conflated in a later version of English actually does make a lot of sense.
Oh, of course it does. We like to mash things around in English. But but yeah, noon is from 9. Just like people get weirded out with the months of the year, like December's the 10th month. November is the 9th month. October
That
is
that's
the 8th month, which messes
that
up
that's
people a lot.
that, that's because of the fact that they used to be in a different order. That's all.
No, it's actually, if you really want the whole story behind that, basically there were 9 months in the year in Rome, and then there was the rest of the time, and they didn't give it names because it really just was like January, February, March, ugh, April. Ugh, we don't care. And they didn't really care about naming things that they didn't care about, and then they started sticking names on them later.
Oh, my understanding is that it's kind of like the concept of fiscal year is
Yeah.
like so certain the different cultures had the year start on a
Mm-hmm.
different part of it, and like the Romans, that's just how they had the year start, is that December was the 12th month or
No, it was
10th
the 10th
month
month.
instead of the 12th.
And then after that, they didn't really care because that was the end of the growing season or the whatever season, and we're just going to ignore everything until we kind of have to start it all over again at some point. June was added by Emperor Julius Caesar, and August was added by Augustine, or Augustine, depending on who you got. June was what, though? July was added by Julius Caesar. June was...
If I remember right, that there is actually a Roman name that basically is just Junius.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a name. It's just, who did they name it after? Yeah, those Romans. Those pesky Romans. Let's do some pew-pew. We've been shooting the breeze here for a while. The goddess Juno. That makes perfect sense, yes. So, March, probably for Mars, right? April, I don't know. May, don't know.
If I remember right, not all of them are actually like named after people or things like that. So some of them have names that are um more cryptic.
Let's see. January is named for Janus, the Roman god who presided over doors and beginnings. Aren't we glad to know that one? February is from Februarius, meaning the month of purification. It's tied to the Roman festival of purification called Februa. But why? We do know they made it the shortest month because the weather sucked and they wanted to get it done with as quickly as possible.
My understanding of that was that they just which month do we care about the least? Like
Yeah,
which is a
exactly.
month that's not named after a person,
Right.
and that one happened to be it.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. It's a well-known deity. We'll do it. Let's see. English name April comes from the Latin aprilis, which most likely derives from the Latin verb apparire. I don't know that word. Apparire, meaning to open. Let's see. The etymology of May. Oh, interesting. That's might be reference to the Roman god Maya, but definitely comes from
Uh,
the Old English Meg. And then we get into June,
yeah,
July, and the other ones we already know.
yeah. That's actually an interesting thing is that the lists of deities that most people can quote as being, the Roman and Greek pantheons is actually just like the top five or six of them. That's all most people know. When in reality, there was over 100.
Oh, yeah, easily. Easily. They had a plethora of gods. One for every occasion. Minerva, right? Yeah. I'm thinking Greek. That would be what, Athena? Or was Athena Roman too?
Mm, Minerva and Athena weren't the same thing. They were vaguely kind of sort of related, sort
Okay.
of, but because like when you have like the whole like goddess of home and hearth thing, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people think of Hestia.
Right.
Hera was also associated with that.
Okay.
So there's a lot of overlap in many ways.
Master of Overskill says the only Roman god that still lives is me, of course. Of course. Of course.
Uh, sure. Anyways,
Anybody have anything they'd like to do? Athena had a connection to where Minerva was more wisdom and healing. Okay. Thank you. It's been a long time since I've done gods and goddesses.
yeah. See, like Ares and Athena are both connected to war, but in
Yeah.
different ways.
Right.
Like Ares, what was the whole like I'm gonna go kill you now kind of war god.
Offensive war.
Where Athena was whole like how can I outwit my opponent in this battle? Athena is also the person who had the brilliant idea of taking the severed head of Gorgon and making it part of her shield so that anyone who looked at her shield in combat would be petrified.
Hey,
Yeah, that was Athena.
does anyone need to do the event?
No, but I'm happy to do it with you. You want to do it?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Okay. Does anybody
is
else
it
want?
time?
It is 6:22 my time.
Oh no, I was looking to see how many hours it'll be before mine
Ah,
comes up, which was 3. Although I could do it an additional time. That's no big deal.
it's just fun. Does anybody else need to do it? I'm going to send you an invitation here. If
Sure.
you're in, there you are. Hold on, you're a Klingon.
Yeah.
That means we have to have a party of 5 to do it privately.
Oh yeah, you are Bunk
Mm-hmm.
Federation. Oh.
Medusa was a sad story about how she became a Gorgon. Yes, yes, indeed.
One of the gods got pissed off about how Medusa was said to be really, really good at something, and was so pissed off that she cursed her to become an inhuman monster.
The story that I heard was she was a priestess of Athena, and Poseidon had relations with her in Athena's temple.
Oh wait, I got her mixed up with Ariadne. Never mind. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Master of Overskill, yeah, absolutely. If we get a couple more people, we can make it into a private party here and do it. No question there. Just like to make it a couple extras. And Cliff says, please don't
Sorry.
swear. I didn't even hear it, Cliff. I apologize.
But it's like yeah, that's right. It's like Ariadne got turned into some sort of spider monster because of the fact that she was um shockingly good at making textiles and stuff. Yeah, it was anyway, that was different. Yeah, Medusa was because Poseidon did something and Athena can't punish Poseidon for it, but she can be mean to the person that was the victim. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Medusa, blah, blah, blah. Originally a beautiful mortal, she was cursed by the goddess Athena after being assaulted by Poseidon, becoming a gorgon with the power to petrify anyone who looked at her. In mythology, she was. So yeah.
I miss most of this conversation, but has anyone ever read the Rick Riordan uh, Percy Jackson series?
Yes, I have. Not recently
Okay.
though.
I
Okay.
didn't read the books. I watched some of the movie versions of
Oh,
the books.
I'm gonna say this: 90% of books that have been made into visual medium, the book is way better. Uh, there are some books that are the movies are equal to the written source. Case in point, Lord of the Rings, the Shawshank Redemption, and then there are probably a handful out there that the movie's way better than the book, but that's rare.
Oh,
Yeah,
in many cases, it's because of the fact that the movie feels the need to essentially compress the book,
yeah,
so that they're leaving out like half the book to simplify things, and that doesn't really do good things for the
yeah.
storytelling.
It's like it's kind of like the Lord of the Rings. No, no, Game of Thrones. Initially, the first season, it's like they kind of had the right idea. It's like don't do a movie. Turn the book into a TV series. It's like probably at least a good 15, 20 episode TV series. At least that way, you have enough time to explore most of the stuff. Yeah, yeah, you have to chop out pages here and there or stuff, but in general, a 15 episode TV series with each episode at least 45 minutes to an hour. At least
Oh,
you're gonna hit most of the main points.
oh hell! I am going to redeem that mysterious dark liquid for a shot of 12-year-old Macallan Scotch. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Ah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Well,
In a Star Trek shot glass. Appreciate it. Masters of Overskill. Boy, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. Some of the best book adaptations are Discworld movies. I would like them to be good adaptations, but they're not as good as they could be. The humor is so good in the books. It's so amazing. Hogfather, I love Hogfather, which I realize is only vaguely Discworld-esque. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. But then you get to like The Color of Magic, and it's got its moments, but it's so hard to convey the absolute brilliance of Discworld in a movie. I do love my Discworld. I would love to see an adaptation of oh god, the Small Gods. This is Small Gods, yeah, Small Gods. Guards. Anything with Captain Carrot would be amazing. You've never heard of Discworld? Go read Discworld. Dozens of books. Start with The Color of Magic, because it kind of gives you the prelude to it. And if you understand that, then he goes off in different directions and really focuses in on certain characters. A lot more. But, so Captain Carrot and I can't remember the name of the seamstress who actually knows how to sew. But there's so many good stories out there. Anybody else want to join us? Because we've just got 3 of us. great books. My brain's going off on me. It's not Piers Anthony who wrote them. Terry Pratchett, right?
Oh, Discworld? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that was Terry Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett. Yeah. There's another Terry Pratchett, not in the same series. I think it's Terry Pratchett, called the Bromeliad. Another piece of fantastic single book writing. He creates his entire world in one book, and it's not your standard world that you can morph into anything else. It is a single stage piece. It's his own world that he creates. Brilliantly done.
Yeah, well, it's like certain writers are just like really, really good
Yeah.
at just like setting a stage. Like, all right, here is the story, and here is the world the story is taking place in.
Did he? Christmas is rolling up, and a few years ago we decided to watch Hogfather as a Christmas movie, and we loved it. It was on some video streaming service, and somebody found it on VHS, which tells you how old that movie was, and gave it to us. So now that's something we settle in for every Christmas. So Terry Pratchett did characters like the various gods, like the Tooth Fairy God and God of Death and other things. But he also had the Oh God of Hangovers. Oh, I have to go look for that, Cliff. So I was just looking that apparently they're looking for vendors for the Star Trek Chicago event. I just have to find somebody to watch my dogs for one night. That would be a doable event. It's very close. It's very economical, except I'd have to buy 2 new laptops between now and then. Hogfather is a movie where you can open the book and almost read it like a script. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hogfather is a beautiful adaptation of the book.
Well, that's actually one thing that I was kind of like getting at earlier, though, is that with a lot of books, if you actually look at the book and stop and think about it properly, and you're like, wait a second, how many hours did it take for me to read this book?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, wait, how many hours would a video footage would need to be created in order to
Yeah.
replicate that process?
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Yep.
oh my. Like half the characters in Lord of the Rings got left out of the movies.
Oh, yeah, but he couldn't put them all in there. And I think when you get to some of the other Lord of the Ring movies, the Hobbit? Yeah. The 3-part Hobbit, they tried to put in way too many. Some good editing would have benefited those movies.
Well, it's because like there's certain characters that are as someone who hasn't actually read all of the books and doesn't fully know how many pages each of them has taken up, and is mostly just read wiki summaries of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the characters that he wrote were kind of sort of interchangeable.
Some, yes.
So, when they did the movie version and left out a bunch of those characters, I could easily understand why. They didn't need them to tell the story. However, it also makes a situation where if later on you find out that, oh wait, no, that character becomes important later, you've kind of created a problem for your live action or whatever version of the story. But that's one of those things where you need to, think about what you're doing ahead of time, I guess, is the simplest way to put it.
Hey, Cliff, I just looked up Terry Pratchett's last message. Oh my God. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think Terry Pratchett's best character has got to be Death.
Oh, he also did that weird plot thing where Death is dying, so has to choose a successor, kind of, sort of. And then you end up with most of those successors because realistically, Death didn't actually do a proper job of choosing a successor, so you end up with a whole bunch of different successors, each of which are limited in scope. So there's like one death that only affects humans, one death that
Yeah.
only affects rats,
Yeah, exactly. Death for
instead
rats,
of
death for
having a
humans.
single
Right.
death for all of them. But you also end up with this character who's said to be Death's daughter,
Yeah, absolutely.
who,
Technically, it was his granddaughter. Just so you're
who
aware.
well,
Was
it's been a while, so I don't remember all of the details. Anyways, though, is that one of the things that got observed about her though is that she's magical in
Susan. Thank
ways
you. Thank you. It was Susan.
ways that most people wouldn't immediately think of, because of the fact that something that's very unsettling about her is that she doesn't ever wash or style her hair. Her hair styles itself.
Yes. Cliff, I'm re-inviting you to the task force because we're going to do this as a private one, so we'll pull you in over here. Oops. Well, that didn't work out right. Let's try that
So
again.
you know, you
Gotta
would
get
have,
in. Sorry.
you would have
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
you would have situations like she's sitting down eating dinner with someone talking about stuff, and then he notices that her hair is shifting from a single braid to a more complex weave, and while they're talking, and her hair is just like reshuffling itself on its own.
Master of Overkill, what was the horse's name? What was the Death's horse name? Was it Binky?
That sounds familiar to me.
It was a great name. Yeah, Binky. Yay! All right, I'm going to cue us up here for this thing. What is it that we're doing?
Delving the castle. Be the event TFO.
Yeah, but since we're doing it off the private queue, I have to find it there. Cat's tail. Cat's tail?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. I think in the earlier novels he had a different horse. Yeah, I think you're right. And then he got Binky. About the same time he got Susan, if I remember right. Susan and Binky kind of came into it at around the same time. Because Susan really loved Binky.
Wonder how this is going to go when we only have 4 people.
It'll be interesting when it divvies us up, but it won't be the first time we've done it with the wrong number of people.
My question here is mostly about, will we have like no one end up in the potion room?
No, I'm sure they'll send some of us to every room. When I ran it this morning on all 5 accounts, they all had the potion room. All of them. So by the end of potion room time, I was in good shape. I knew where everything was. Stop being awesome, Graz. I don't remember. I'd have to go look. He wrote so many books. He was so prolific. Oops, they're there.
There's skeletons.
Oh, that was kind of fun. Skeletons blowed up. Real good. Any candles in here? I see a prompt over there? Nope, guess not.
And let's not forget the cat and the
Don't forget the
Stella.
cats and the candles. Ah, somebody brought Batchy.
Hey, skeletons.
I have to go back and figure out which one Monstrous Regiment is. I did bring my trialic enhancer with.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't have a trialic enhancer in this character.
We don't
That's-
have to have them. They're nice. It does make it faster, but it's not required to do it.
Well, it's mostly a benefit when you're doing it on a team of randos who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
So,
well,
so,
isn't
so,
that
so
life?
that when you have someone get phased and not know what to do while phased, you can just be like, you know what? If you're not going to do it, I'll do it myself.
Well, I usually throw the one at the bottom because that's the one that people forget because that's where all the fighting's going on. And they're not paying attention right there. Oops, wrong
Oh
finger.
wow, Cryomancer builds look so weird when you have the dark effect in this room. So that's actually something I asked Taco Fangs about is why some effects just like blow out the lighting in here, and he said that they actually have like a special effect they do here to just to make the lighting dark.
I like it.
And like that special effect kind of conflicts with certain things that are bright lights to make the lights even brighter than they should be.
Yeah, that's a good way to do one extreme to make the other extreme work. I'll go left, kitty cat. Oh, wrong hall.
I'm on the thing in the middle.
Wrong hallway, my bad.
Hey, Skeleton Lord. I hope you like Rebounder. Oh, he does like the Rebounder. That's nice. Oh, that's something I didn't know.
What?
The Skeleton Lord can be crowd controlled by the virus parasite thing.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's
That.
like I'd never realized that you could hold him before, but apparently you can.
Won't the chains from Sword of Molar do that too?
Well, yes, you can pull him, you can knock him, but like well, I'd never thought about immobilizing him before now.
Badgie is enjoying this a little too much, if you ask me.
Ed enjoys everything too much. The most try-hard way of repositioning the Skeleton Lord is to butt stroke him with your rifle. It does work, though.
It just sounds wrong.
But like I said, it's the most try-hard way of getting the job done. You will eventually force him to move to where you want him to, whether he wants to or not. And realistically, he doesn't want to, so, you know. I love the glowing cat eyes effect.
It is good. I always thought those were spiders sitting there.
Yeah. You know, there are arguments to be made for both, I suppose.
Suppose it could be bats, too. All right, let's see where we wind up going.
I placed the rebounder too late.
I got the spiders. Cliff and I have the spiders.
Oh, I guess I'm soloing the library.
Oh, the library's easy.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I think it's challenging. I'm just saying that it's what I'm doing.
Somebody's going to wind up soloing something.
Oh yeah, we knew that. Well, the question was whether we, with what. And honestly, the library is probably of the two that aren't normally soloed. The library, I think, is probably the easiest
It
one.
is.
So,
Well,
uh,
actually, the potions are pretty easy if you know where they all are.
well, that's the one that you normally solo.
Yeah.
Potion for every occasion. Yeah, that's alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting which shelf is which.
Puns
can
I
remember
remember
a
and
thing.
cookbooks I remember. The others I have to work through.
Why is there 10 recipe books made for Neelix? Why?
I don't know. How many variations of Leola root can you make?
Well, that's just it. It's like not all of his recipes actually have Leola root in them.
I was being facetious. I was aware of that.
I mean, he does seem to treat Leola root like we would treat potatoes, though.
That's a good point, yeah. Clearly, we'll wait for you guys when you get down here. Let's see. This is the...
Did you get the cat?
Got that cat, yes.
The spider cat?
I didn't see the spider cat.
No, okay. Never mind, I got it.
Let's see
You got it?
here.
Okay.
This is alchemy.
Spider cat. Spider cat.
This is mythical creatures. Where's the one for horror stories? Spooky stories. There you go.
It's spooky stories. I've got the left kitty cat. I'll go get the right kitty cat.
No need.
You got him? Okay.
Yep.
One thing I've noticed is that's kind of annoying me
Mm-hmm.
is that the current version of this in the library will have the guy tell you must place that book on the correct shelf on a timer. Where if you don't place it soon enough
Yep.
after he gives you the task of putting it on a shelf, he'll just like nag you.
Yeah.
Nah, not right.
No, you're on a timer.
Not really. Oops, hit the wrong button.
Ooh, by the way, the suck box works really good on the skull.
No, really.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's amazing.
One thing I've noticed while having my current weapon equipped
Mm-hmm.
is like it's the keep forgetting what this name is.
Cliff, wait for everybody. Graz, wait for everybody. We still need Merhawkman.
The Kuat Milat sword.
Yeah.
Someone's going through the door.
Cliff, don't go kill everybody.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay.
The Kuat Milat sword actually shows the icons in your tray for it being equipped, even when you're turned into cat form. I've never actually
nice.
managed to attack anyone with it, though.
Graz runs into the face of danger. Okay, I'm going to throw the ground one here.
I'm phased. I'm going north.
Okay, I've got the ground one done.
Oh wait, I can't hit this switch now.
Okay.
You can't push two of the switches at the same time.
All right.
He's immune to flank. I am going to place a rebounder to vaporize these guys. Oh no! I attempted to place a rebounder and someone soul
Oh, I'm
sucked me
phased.
while-
No need.
You got it?
Triggered. Sorry.
So you did yours?
Yep.
Okay. Then we just have the one left on the west side. Somebody else is phased. It's not me.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Okay.
Run, 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 run. One of the pug runs I did, I actually ended up unphasing because I didn't know which of the switches was still active, and it was the third one.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
was like, oh, is it the one at the bottom? No. Is it the one on the east side? Oh, no. Oh, I have to run back all the way over the nope, ran out. Oh well.
I should have picked a different one. I keep forgetting this tune needs
Oh,
sparks.
we missed one of the cats.
I think it was the one in this room, I believe.
Spider
Oh,
Cap.
we forgot to go up on the balcony before killing the Davidian Lord.
Yep.
I'd forgotten about that.
You know what? I'm going to test something.
Okay.
I'm going to run up on the balcony before claiming my reward and see how many marks it actually gives me.
Okay.
Speak with Old One Alpha. How did we do? Nope. It's still telling me number of cats found 12 of 13. Base marks 33. Total 79. Oh wait, now it's telling me 13 of 13, but it's still telling me I only get 79 marks. Well, fine, I guess. Okay, I'm going to grab Gamma marks and look to see how many marks it actually gives me. Because remember I said 33 and 79. So the actual amount I get is... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it actually did only give me 79 marks. So the final cat, because I picked it up after the thing was over, didn't actually count. I mean, that's what I thought it was. I was thinking someone had concluded that on a previous occasion, but hey, this is a good time to test it.
Yep.
And now we're certain. Yeah. Oh well.
So I just remembered one of the characters from Discworld, which is Cut Me On Throat Dibbler. Great character. I think his side characters were better than his main sometimes.
Well, see, that's the thing I've noticed with several writers is that the main character has to fulfill the role that the story demands, whereas side characters will often just get to be written as people, and that's it. It's like it's a person doing person things for person reasons.
Well, somehow I think he knew exactly where he was going. When I'm writing, sometimes, because I've got my main characters, I know exactly where they're going, and then I get the peripheral characters in there. I'm like, dang, that's a more interesting character than the main character is. But I don't want to go back and rewrite it all.
This is actually one of those things I've noticed in episodes of TNG when going back and looking at them. Is that you'll have like a character who is, you know, an Alien of the Week character who, you know what, is actually someone I would like to see in later episodes. Does that character ever show up again? Nope.
Nobody. Nope.
If I was to actually write a campaign for a Star Trek Adventures based thing, one character I would like to use is the FGC 47 life form from that one episode, because of the fact that, like, okay, yes, does she understand humans? No, but she actually cares enough to try to understand humans. And while a weird alien that could be considered a super alien, she's not exactly a god tier being, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, you know.
Everybody bear with me. I'm going to change tunes, which means I'm going to have to change the screen here, and the mics will stop for a moment.
Because like the name was derived from the name of someone who was Clara Sutter's imaginary friend.
Wasn't that titled Imaginary Friend?
Yeah. Isabella. That's who it
Oh,
was.
right. Right.
having Isabella come back to the Federation space as her race's diplomatic envoy or something would actually be something I think would be a fun plot device.
I'll be right back in a moment.
Okie dokie.
Because Isabella is one of the few members of her race who actually understands Federation technology enough to be able to uh, safely absorb energy from it. And also, her race needs to absorb energy to live. And leaving the whatever nebula requires, to be able to find food outside the nebula. And most of her members of her race don't actually know how to do that. Also, there's several things about her race that we don't really understand. Like, how did Isabella absorb that much of Clara's knowledge simply by touching her? Because she never does that with any other humans, just Clara. Kind of weird.
True. True. Plot point. Always a plot point.
Like later in the episode, it actually seems like she's incapable of it, which is like, wait, you learned how to speak English. You learned how basic human social rules work, all from touching Clara. Because like, well, what is like in her true form, Isabella is basically it's like a small glowing ball.
Mm-hmm.
And in one scene, she without Clara noticing, moves inside Clara's body, specifically inside her head, and then moves out of her body, and then takes on the form of Isabella. And seemingly that was what allowed her to understand enough about human culture to be able to pretend to be human. But she seemingly can't do that again in later in the episode. But whatever. Anyways,
we're not expecting too much out of plot sometimes. Plot devicium is a necessary component.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely one of those where it's like, yeah, this is what the plot says was going to happen. Anyway, though.
Over on a different tune now. Just to give it some variety. Do we have a taste for anything else tonight?
Mm.
I need some dreadnoughts.
You need some dreadnoughts?
Yeah.
Where could we find some dreadnoughts?
How many Lucari TFOs that have dreadnoughts?
Lucari TFOs that have dreadnoughts? Like what?
Oh wait, yeah, actually there is. That's right. That one we have to guard those satellites in orbit of whatever that planet is.
Jannar Salt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that definitely has. Yeah, that definitely has dreadnoughts.
The reason I'm mentioning this is that one of my current endeavors is completing Lucari TFOs.
How many?
2.
We can help you with that. Are you still on Klingon though?
Yes.
We need to get some Klingons to do that, or we need to get a bigger party because to do.
Well, General Gauntlet and Zinkethi Front.
Yeah, but if he's a Klingon, so unless you got a Klingon Toongrass?
No. Oh, I do have one, but the thing is, no.
Actually, you know what? There is another trick with the current queue system because, like, if it is a mission that qualifies for RTFOs, we could just like simultaneously queue for the same thing. It'll probably put us in the same mission. Probably not guaranteed though.
Okay, let's try that. We'll queue for we'll queue for Zinkethi Front, and you hit random. Is that what you're talking about?
No. None of this pushes the random button. We manually queue for the mission we actually want to do, and then wait for someone else who's an unsuspecting whatever to push the random button.
Unsuspecting fool.
Okay.
Are the wives of Klingons called Velcros? funny. All right. Queuing for Kathy front advanced now. See what happens. If you don't mind playing as an incomplete team, you can always fill the private group with alt characters. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But we could also, if we don't mind playing as a private team with one effective one, we could just go with 4, or 3 in this case.
Hmm.
I didn't know if Cliff wanted to join us. Cliff, did you want to join us? I mean, if you'd like to join us, try queuing for Kathy front and let's see what happens. Weeboo. Let's see what happens. Did you get a Weeboo, Mayor Huckman?
I decided to beam down to DS9, and I'm staring at a loading screen. I'll probably get it as soon as the loading screen ends.
Okay, let's see what happens. I'm accepting.
I did not.
Oh. Hey, Graz, we're doing Kathy front.
Okay. Oh, at least there's one dreadnought in there.
There's a dreadnought in there, yes. Cliff changed his tomb, so you need an invite. I will send you an invite as soon as we're done with this, Cliff. Unless this doesn't queue up.
Yeah, I'm currently logged in as a KDF recruit character. That's why I didn't want to swap.
I know, Cliff. We re-queued without realizing you hadn't joined us back yet. My bad. My bad, Cliff. We'll grab you. We'll grab you in a moment. Grab you as soon as we're done with this one. Because we're gonna try and do Draenor Beach. Actually, you know what? Draenor Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Yes. So this is all. Yeah, we'll have to go private on that one. I'm going to jump back onto the other account, though, and I'll grab my big ship if we're going to do Gauntlet, so that way we can cover everything. Okay, that's the name. This is not my best ship.
Oh, that's interesting.
What?
It unqueued me. So I guess it tried to fill me when it popped up for you guys.
But you were beaming.
But since I was occupied with the map transfer, it's like, oh, well, nope, you're gone. Bye. And just pulled someone else in.
That makes sense. Oh, that worked nicely. Surprising, but nicely. But, oh, there's the bomb. The bomb Son of a gun! The bomb disappeared. I am unamused. I killed the ships and the bomb disappeared. It's not my fault.
That is unfortunate.
I'd ask if you need help, Graz, but no, you don't.
Apparently, I'm very popular with the other side. They love to target me.
Are you pulling aggro? Oops, I'm going to die. I did die. Let's put the good load.
Does anyone
back on
remember
this.
what happens if you get a critical success on the KDF DOF mission to acquire a hard-ping torpedo launcher?
Not lately, no.
Because I just did that DOF mission and got the hard-ping torpedo launcher, and I realized that literally the only thing that DOF mission gives you is a hard-ping torpedo launcher.
Makes
None of the other
sense.
well, it doesn't even give you XP. It just gives you a torpedo.
Not answering the phone. I'm going to the north one since I have a bomb now. Everybody's got a bomb.
You got a bomb.
I got a bomb.
He has a bomb. She has a bomb.
Everybody's got a
bomb.
bomb.
Let's go make sure everything goes kaboom.
Reach underneath your chair. Everybody's got a bomb.
We
Oh, shoot. See if I can stay hidden under here. No. No, I can't. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. Because reasons, I ended up doing the Voth ground stuff several times, and one of the things that came out of that was the realization that there is a certain place where it has like where it has
Thank
like
you,
payload
Grass.
on the rail, where you have to push the buttons to make the thing go into the box.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, one of them is infested with swarmers.
Yes, that is.
Like in the center of the city area, where you will get shot by swarmers more often than you get shot at by the Voth.
Anybody got a bomb?
Because for some reason that one just has extra swarmer spawns. Kind of annoying. Because you
Yes,
need
it
to,
is.
because like you'll have a swarmer just spawn just in time to shoot you in the back while you're trying to push a button.
Okay. Dreadnought has gone bye-bye.
We got a nice clean base down here if somebody wants to come blow it up for us. Oh, that guzzling sound is just water. It's, what kind of water do I have there? Strawberry peach essenced water. Fairly tasty. There you go.
Okay, that's weird. What?
It's all yours. Who's ever got a bomb? Woohoo!
Oh, it's not queuing me properly. I don't understand why.
You're not still on a team of some sort, are you, in private?
How the f does that happen?
It just does.
I hate that. Because of the fact that there's literally no way you can see that without manually looking to see if you're
Correct.
stuck on a fucking team.
You still have to, but as soon as it stops queuing you for a TFO, that's the first thing I've learned to look at. Let me switch back to a different tune that could handle doing Draenor Gauntlet.
Well, that's just it, though, is that when you click on the button, it doesn't tell you
No.
that it's not queuing you. The only way to notice
Is that it doesn't go to green alert. Hang on a sec, I'll be right back.
uh, if you remember that it has a fly in text thing, not having the fly in text thing pop up would also be a tell that it did it wrong.
Oh, that's a good
But
point.
still,
Yes.
But still, it doesn't tell you that it is refusing to queue you. It just doesn't do it.
It just hates you.
Hmm. In most regards, it actually acts like it is queuing you. That's what's so frustrating about it. It's like you click on the things, it checks them off, and then you like, okay, it's working. Nope, no, it didn't.
Cliff, I sent you an invitation. If you'd like to join us,
How,
you don't have to.
how exactly it keeps you on a non-existent team is something I still don't
Oh yeah,
understand.
yeah.
It probably has something to do with the way that the game is internally handling team composition because, like, uh, it's like it has to store the team list client side in order for the server to know what team your client is trying to connect to.
But it should
So,
still kick it when people leave the team, and it doesn't. To the extent
yeah,
we had Taz in a private, he left, logged out of the game completely, but he was still in the private queue.
what's worse is I think Augie had a case of logging out and then logging back in on the same character, only to find that he's still somehow stuck in the team.
Uh huh. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, does anyone know how Augie's doing?
He was on the other day,
Yeah, he just quit playing Star Trek Online.
but he did jump into chat the other day to say hi.
I
Okay.
mean, I think he actually does like privately play Star Trek Online.
Yeah.
He just decided he doesn't want to stream it ever again.
Yeah, which I totally get. Hang on a second here.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. He was in game, but he wasn't streaming or anything. But he was in. I think Sav was on at the same time. Hey, drunken heretic.
Because like I have him on my friends list, and every now and then I'll see his name pop
Yep.
up. But it's not something that happens often, and I suspect that he's just kind of like doing daily login stuff.
I
because
think he's streaming other games though.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Is that he's been streaming Path of Exile 2.
Yes, exactly, exactly. We are going to do. What is it? Dranur Gauntlet. Are we going to do Dranur Gauntlet?
Well, I mean, my original that was the reason why I had that plan that didn't work properly because of the stupid teaming bug.
Well, if we can get a fifth in here. Hi, drunken heretic. Would you like to do Dranur Gauntlet with us? Interesting. You cannot attack Dranur Gauntlet with 4. I already.
That actually doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Because it's a TFO that's very much designed to have 5 people in it.
Yep. I have invited Drunken Heretic to join us. That'll give us 5 people. And it should let us queue for that. For some reason, Drunken Heretic, it won't pull you into my team. So I'm going to send you an invitation to this as well.
Me sure Drunken Heretic is on
He's
a
on
Fed.
He's on a Fed. There we go. He just wasn't coming into the private queue for whatever reason.
Mm.
Now, hold on a second. Let's see what's going on there. There we go. Dranur Gauntlet. Everybody ready?
Mm.
Yep. What level do you need it to be?
I think he just needs to do Iconian TFOs.
No, Lucari.
Oh, Lucari. That whichever. One of them.
Does it need to be advanced at least, or can it be normal?
It just says TFOs. Doesn't care which one.
Okay.
It doesn't specify. Would you prefer normal over advanced?
I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I'm not exactly, worried about performance, if you know what I mean. So, advanced should be fine.
No performance anxiety here. Well, I've got Zan, Graz is there, Drunken Heretics here. You're there, and Cliff's there. I don't think we have a issue with it. This is.
And whoever
Not a super
it was
challenge.
who needed dreadnought kills can park on one of the far ends, and
Oh yeah, again, it's Graz, so
Yeah.
not going to be a problem.
Well, pretty much with us here, I should get the 4 remaining dreadnoughts that
Yeah,
I need.
I would not be worried about that at all. 'Cause you'll get
I
them as
mean,
team kills if nothing else.
Yeah.
this is one of those missions where I would actually be reasonably confident in getting like 20. It depends on how your team does,
Yeah.
but like a 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was the other day who got some ridiculous number like 20. But we'll be fine.
Because like I've heard that if you kill them fast enough, they will just infinitely respawn.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen matches where you could get upwards of 10. So
It depends on who we get. Ooh. Herald ship, so. What the heck am I? I'm tactical, yay!
I'm science. You know what? Science is fine.
For round 1.
For round 1 doesn't matter.
Wait, what's the science one against?
Tractor beams.
What?
Science does tractor beams on round 2.
Oh, well, I mean, tractor beams are something.
It's not the worst thing.
Yeah. We don't want engineering to activate round 2.
Yeah, that definitely not that.
And then there was the day when this was part of the event and everybody was an engineer.
That was painful.
It was a bad day. Who's down here? I'm down here with Drunken Heretic. We're good.
Yeah, I guess we're done now. Okay.
I do love this ship.
Oh, I guess I'm in the middle.
There's nobody in the middle, so pick one or the other. Beta doesn't have anything in the round 2.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You okay down there, Drunken Heretic, or do you want me to bop back and forth?
Well, the jellyfish is certainly doing a good job killing things.
Just peachy. Okay, I'll stay right here then. So Taz made a build for buffing everything. It's amazing. Doesn't have any firepower to speak of its own, but oh my god. Everybody else is better. This is rather anticlimactic.
Stuff warps in, stuff goes boom.
Debris warps in.
Stuff warps in. Nanosecond later, it's debris.
Crossbow gets turned into debris. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somehow Corso comes back from the dead.
We expect nothing
Oh,
less.
Did you have the temporal do-over thingy set up?
Nope.
Hmm.
Wait, I have. Although I do have the temporal stat as the secondary.
Yeah, because like one of the temporal specialization powers, if you have it as one of your, I'm not sure if it works as secondary, but I know it works as primary. It like causes you to respawn it, and when you get exploded.
Yeah. I have it as my secondary at the moment because I was wanting to
maybe
check
that's
out
it then.
my. Well, I had wanted to check out because it buffs your crit performance on ground. Yeah, I just forgot to change it back to something like command or
Yeah, well,
space.
yeah, having temp op spec active will cause you to respawn like that.
And off they go.
So, do we want just tactical activating now?
We can't. I think we got enough we can do it.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, we have two people doing for tactical. Yeah, that would
Got
work,
to.
I guess.
Okay, so in other words, everyone but Darkmom and myself,
Mm-hmm.
back away. Back away.
Get back. Get back.
Hey, dang it, who's over here with me activating?
It'd probably
Back
be
off.
Cliff.
Back off.
Cliff, don't activate anything. We're just going to do tactical.
Dang it, Cliff, you're over here by yourself.
Who's going to go to beta?
I will.
Okay. Marhawkman, do you want to stay down here with...
Yeah, I'm currently posted on the forward-facing part of Alpha.
Okay. So, Cliff, are you up there? Did we miss one? Got that one, Gross?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Cliff and Marhawkman up on Alpha. You're on Beta. I'll stay down here with Drunken Heretic on Gamma. Shout if you need a hand, and we can rearrange.
Yeah, it's second wave of activations. Avoid engineering activating stuff. Unless you're willing, unless everyone agrees on it.
That's one dreadnought for you. How many do you need?
2 more. I'm gonna get it no matter what.
I mean, probably rather soon, honestly.
Yeah, unless somehow the TFO craps out on this.
Nope.
I'm gonna get 2 more.
Yeah, this EA Aiden's
okay.
last a whole lot longer.
Pretty much there's no way I'm gonna not get it.
Unless your computer does a blue screen of death.
Yeah, no. I've already got it.
Okay.
Okay then.
Yeah, unless they can get some blue screen of death. I'm gonna get it.
Let me fix that. Dang it. Well, let me fix that. Guys, okay up there on Alpha?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to help Drunken Heretic with that, but that's a dead ship, so. Hi, Titan Warrior. I didn't see you sneak in there. How you doing? How are you doing tonight? I won't. Come on, target the right ship. Gosh darn it. Thank you. It's annoying when I won't target the right ships.
That's not good.
Got 2 minutes. Do you need one of us to run up there? We can
I
juggle.
don't think so.
Okay. Oh, this works better if I'm going forward instead of backwards.
Why did the replacement Yaden warp in at the same location as the previous one died?
Because they'd like to do that. I only have a couple warping spots.
I thought they only had one. It's just I remember it being someplace where they actually need to move to the target. They don't just spawn on top of it. It's just at least that's what I was thinking it was.
Oh! Well, that wasn't good. Thank you. No. Oh, I died. Gosh darn it.
That's the one thing I haven't had an issue with yet. Actually getting KO'd in this one.
My fault. I got a little too overconfident. I don't have great heals on this one. Ooh, Resident Evil 4. Very appropriate as we get on towards holidaying. Yay, we did it! Woo! I should check to see what Stu needs. Yeah,
Yes, got a lot of stuff. That is one of two of the Lucari TFOs done.
We'll give it a little bit and we can try that again on, how long do we have?
I mean, we could do a different Lucari TFO. That's fine. I don't need to do that specific one.
I'm sorry, but we have our choice of Zenkethi Front and Gravity Kills.
I mean, those are both Lucari TFOs.
Yes, they are. What's the cooldown on Lucari or on Zenkethi Front? Knows the enthusiasm. Hey, I played Gravity Kills enough last week.
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Oh, we can do 8 minutes. No problem. We'll just queue it up in 8 minutes if everybody can hang on.
Oh, sure.
I accidentally...
unless someone's willing to give 1,000 keys for Gravity Kills.
Hey,
Hmm.
I did it 5 times, voluntarily 5 times, and one by accident last week. I accidentally put pumpkin spice on chicken I'm grilling. Okay, so you've got cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, maybe a little allspice. So it's going to be distinctly Mediterranean slash Indian. That actually might work.
I don't know why, but there's a TikTok slash YouTube channel that I found
Yeah?
that's kind of D&D uh, themed.
Yeah.
They have songs. They have songs for D&D, and one of them is a pumpkin spice healing potion. That
There you go.
pretty much the clerks come up with a pumpkin spice flavored healing potion, and pretty much the entire group is bashing them left and right.
But it's so good. I love pumpkin spice.
Hey, me personally, I like pumpkin spice. I know not everyone likes it, but hey, it's the season.
One thing that a lot of people forget about certain spices is that what you combine them with will drastically change how they actually come out.
Yes,
And one of those things is that what's the best way to put this? What you're eating is a bigger difference than what you season it with, in some cases. Because, like, putting pumpkin spice onto a pot roast, for example, the pot roast isn't going to taste like pumpkin. It's just not.
Oh, it's not going to taste.
It is the way I kind of say it is like if you add X, Y, and Z to pork, it's gonna give you something out in left field. If you add the same X, Y, and Z to, let's say, as you said, roast beef, it's gonna give you something out at shortstop. If you do something out, if you add Z to it, it can change everything else completely.
Ooh, I'm just
Yeah,
looked it up. Lots of recipes for pumpkin spice chicken.
yeah. As I like to say, food is part science, part art.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking about chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
physics. God knows what other branches of science we're talking about here. This is that, yeah, it's like stuff that, yeah, one of the items I saw where I work at is Lindt dark chocolate. One of them has chili in it. A
Yeah,
lot of
absolutely.
people,
No, absolutely.
yeah,
Chocolate and chili is amazing.
yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, no, no. I'm like, give it a shot.
Mmm.
Yeah, it's like me. The way I describe it is, when you take a bite, it's like, where's the chili? You're thinking, where's the chili? And you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like a second or two
Well,
later.
one of the things that I've had that came out amazingly good, and that a lot of people would just like hear the name and decide they were uninterested. Peach preserves made with ghost peppers.
Uh, me, initially, I'm gonna be like, no. But then again, I've had enough. I've eaten enough food. I'm like, I'm going to give it a small try before I actually bash it.
Well, the way this particular batch came out, it has this same sort of like a sticky sweet flavor and
Mm-hmm.
aroma that you would expect for peach preserves,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it is. That's the majority of it. It's a little bit of an aftertaste of the ghost pepper, because like the front end on the ghost pepper is actually very hard to notice. It's like after taking a few bites, you're like, yeah, that tastes a little off. It doesn't give you like the like usual ghost pepper flavor immediately, but it's kind of like an aftertaste thing.
Well, sugar
Yeah,
frequently cuts back on the heat of peppers. So,
Oh,
yeah, I can
and
see where that would definitely work. I know if you do the traditional chili and chocolate, the sugar in the chocolate cuts down on the
Yeah.
intense heat, and it makes it good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're aware of this, Graz, but there was a story that the women of negotiable virtue in Italy used to put a pinch of cayenne or other hot spice into their cups of hot chocolate to keep them warm on those long, cold nights.
I'm not surprised. But yeah, it's like I'm kind of thinking that the chemistry and physics of cooking can alter uh, the chemistry of the food.
Oh, it does, yeah, absolutely. Um, what is it? Somebody once said, cooking is art, baking is science. But somewhere there's that mix,
Well,
where they come together. I mean,
I'm
if
not
you
surprised.
when you're baking something, your proportions have to be spot on to make the cake rise, the dough rise, the eggs fluff up, whatever. There's not a lot of leeway, but then what you do to make the flavorings of it is where the art form comes in. I.e., yeah, there's not a lot of variations you can do to make a fantastic pie crust because it requires this amount of flour, that amount of shortening, that amount of sugar, salt, whatever, water, vinegar, whatever you're going to put into it to make it
Here,
work.
here's an analogy that you won't hear people use often, but it's something that occurs to me of my way of thinking. Um, Cooking is a lot like building a house. You have your basic materials, and then you have the artistry of how you combine those materials. But to make a good house, there are certain things you have to do with the materials, or the materials just aren't going to do what you want. So that's where the whole like science aspect of baking comes in. It's like it's bread dough. There's only so many different ways you can do bread dough. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the more I do with bread, the more I discover, oh my gosh, there's so much you can do with bread dough. I was trying to make, for the cookbook, I've now gotten my plomeek soup pretty down pat. I know where we're going. By the way, plomeek soup, make it the vegan style and then throw bacon in at the last minute. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, but I've realized bacon probably is not it. So I decided I was going to make some focaccia. It is harder to make than I thought it was.
there's actually a lot of the things like that where it's like there's a certain specific trick to doing it where if you know the trick to doing it, it's actually relatively easy as long as you do the trick right. And like the actual difficulty is knowing how the special trick works.
Um,
We lost someone.
yeah, we lost Cliff. I sent him a new invitation, but he has not accepted yet. He may be doing something. Nope, there he is. There's Cliff. Cliff, I'm inviting you over to this party as well. It's the same party. There we go. So now we're just waiting for Zenkethy Front to come off cooldown.
We're 20 seconds.
That's
Okay.
weird. Because like I have the red lockout for Drainer, Beach Assault, and Gauntlet, and also Synchethy Front. I guess that's because I'm teamed with someone who's locked out of it.
Well, we should have Zenkethy Front up in just a moment or two. Drenor, yeah, because we all are locked out of that one, because we just did that. What else were you locked
And
out
Be-
of?
Beach Assault, I guess, is because we
Because
don't
it's a
have
5 and 5, right? So there's a
Yeah,
whole bunch in there.
And Synchethy Front just had the red bar disappear.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we're good on Zingathy.
Zenkethy Front it is. As soon as I can remember how to spell it. Come on.
Remember, there's a T in there.
What?
Yes.
I had a former guildmate. They call it T Zingathy.
T. Zenkethy. Well, it's like the ship that Drunken Heretic was flying, which is the Nidarian Defender. And it took me a while to figure out what it was because I was watching Dapper Dinosaur. They're talking about these things, Nidarians, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's a weird word. And I finally Googled it, and it's like, oh, that's how you say that word. The C is silent. Why would you make a silent C?
Good question. I often feel the urge to slap people for their spelling atrocities.
It's like uh, some letters I can understand being silent, but others no. But then again, we are talking about the Romulan stuff, right?
Yes. Well, let me quote TNG as Troy is complaining about humans and their spelling. You humans spell knife with a K. Picard goes, I spell knife with an N. But spelling was never my forte. Who's got a bomb? Oh, Drunken Heretic has a bomb.
Oh, who or what weapon is it that sounds kind of like that like stereotypical sci-fi buzz noise?
I don't know. I can hear it, but I don't know what it is. The pew-pew-pewy one?
Like it's kind of like a buzz noise, like bzz,
Oh.
bzz, bzz.
Ooh. I was starting a new tune. By the way, I did start a new tune on Discovery, only to have that lovely Coraline Fletcher bug strike me.
Oh,
You know, oh, you can't do it. Coraline Fletcher's not in position, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
ew, I see.
It was really annoying. So, and the only solution is delete the tune and start from scratch, which I thought was not a fun way to go. Do you need help, Grouse?
Don't know yet.
I'm following the USS Rembrandt.
I'm following the USS Grouse, which doesn't look like he needs any help.
Hey, Centaur. Nice of you to spawn on top of me so I can kill you harder.
This one's going a little bit better than the last one. It's
Oh, he's
dead.
dead now.
It's
He's
dead,
dead.
Jim.
He sent him. Yes.
Yes, Matt, that's exactly it. Does anybody have a workaround for the whole Coraline Fletcher thing? Because the only thing I came up with was to find a cover shield and try and do the thing with, where you put the cover shield between her and where she's at and try and push her.
See, this is one of those things I've talked to people about multiple times, but I don't have any firsthand knowledge whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not much I can tell you there, because like the one time that I actually did that step of the tutorial, it went flawlessly, and I saw no issues whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, obviously it works well enough because people have Discovery tunes. I have a
It's like,
Discovery tune.
not everyone gets stuck in that, so you
Right.
know,
But
someone does though.
she gets in one place, and of course, if you're in, random just kill everything out there mode, she gets stuck. So you kind of have to not kill everybody till you're sure she's not hiding. But I still think I'm going to grab an extra cover shield and put it on that tune, and just in case, how you can push the shield generators in
Yeah, because
Generic
it's
Beach.
one of those things that you can actually do that with several different props. It's just like cover shield is easy.
Yeah, and it only
Wait,
lasts.
hold on a second. Cover shield only works for engineering. Isn't that a captain ability though?
Is it? It probably is. Dang it! What can I do to push her out of there if she gets stuck again? Because I don't want to redo it. It's a long arc, and there's nothing you can do to skip stuff. And it's all, oh, this is how you shoot things, and this is how you maneuver a ship.
Cover shield works better than most things because of the size of the object that it spawns. Let's see here. You could try the adaptive vinculum. It's a smaller object, but it is an object. object, although I'm not actually sure if it has collision. It needs to be an object with
Uh-huh.
collision. Objects that don't have collision won't work.
Grumble, grumble. Yeah, I don't want to. I spent like 4 hours
Right,
getting
right.
that
That, that,
tuned
that, that,
in.
that's a big part of why people were using cover shield on that is because of the fact that it is a thing that actually has collision and
Yeah.
pushes things out of
Yep.
it. A lot of the summons actually don't. Ugh. Hmm.
Probably just have to go into that one a lot slower.
There is another option that's stupid and annoying and irritating and turbo bullshit, but it is something that you might actually be able to do. Replicate the methodology used in Champions Online to relocate Kaiserin's dev character from the middle of the Renaissance Center to somewhere in a random river or some bullshit like that.
That doesn't help me.
Okay, how does this work? Have you ever noticed how NPCs, when they walk past you, can push you out of the way while
Yeah.
walking past you?
Hmm.
Players can do that too under certain circumstances.
Wondering. I know where she physically gets stuck. I wonder if I can put something there to keep her from getting stuck there before she
Well,
gets into that position.
you need to have it be something that. Oh, actually, you know what? Here's an idea. Um, is this a mission where you can summon a teammate to help you?
You have a teammate with. Oh yeah, I could put her there.
No,
Couldn't
but like have another player, like an engineer with cover shield, as an ally to do the mission. It might
I?
need to be a discovery faction engineer, but I'm not.
I
It's something
don't know
I'm.
because that's way at the intro where before you even hit any episodes. I don't know if you can pull anybody in to help you. But
It's just an idea I'm spitballing because it's one of those things I've never tried, and I'm not
well,
sure if it would work.
I'm thinking maybe I could use Rally Point to put my bridge officer there so she can't get into that position.
Hmm. That is a good point though. Is that telling bridge officers to move around like that will sometimes push things, because the bridge officer is trying to walk from A to B and the other thing was in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So telling your bridge officer to walk closer to her repeatedly might push her out of the way.
Yeah, I. The thing is, because it's a circular area. Hi there. No, it is not time yet, but it will be time shortly. The dogs know it's almost 8 o'clock. It's a circular area, so I'm fighting on one side of the room. I don't see how she got stuck over there, other than maybe she was trying to get out of the range of fire or something. And she gets kind of stuck behind something. So I can get in behind her, but I can't push her out. I tried a lot of different ways like that. Cover shield I thought would work, but you may be right. If it's captain ability, I don't have that.
Yeah, because like a cover shield captain ability is just like way too low level.
Yeah. And I realize it's one of the earlier ones you get, but I think I can try it with Rally Point. And also just not take out the last Klingon until I'm sure she's in the correct position, or a better position. And if it happens again, well, guess which episodes we're not going to have on our little show.
Hmm.
All right,
Well,
we got our break coming up here. How about we do one more? Then I have to go down and give the dogs a snack.
Sure, I guess. I don't really have any specific things I need at the moment, so
Graz, you need anything? Cliff, you need anything?
Not really.
Can't hit a random because we have a mixed party here. Tell you what, how about we just go old school and fun?
Hmm.
Cliff goes, one more. Okay, we can't go super short then. Guillotine?
Sure, whatever, that works.
Don't get to play guillotine too often these days. Come on, Wes. Give me that there. There we go. Drunken Heretic says sure. Cliff says, I need dill. Yeah. You and me both. I have not been playing a lot lately. Been working on projects and stuff.
Stuff and
Stuff,
things.
yeah. We are cute, so. The chicken did taste curryish. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, stuff and things, Matt.
I see we have reached the wait longer part of this plan.
Yeah, it happens. The chicken did taste curry-ish. Yeah, I bet it does. I'll bet it's good.
Ooh.
I mean, put together a really quick yogurty sauce to go with it. I bet it would be amazing. Ooh, or sweet potatoes to go with. Oh, sweet potatoes with it.
Please don't bring up sweet potatoes.
You don't like sweet potatoes?
No.
Oh, okay. I've just recently fallen in love with them, except they have a Japanese variety here called a garnet, which is dark red. It doesn't taste quite right. It's not bad, it's just more potato than anything else. But you have to admit, they make really pretty plants. That neon green flower, or leaf rather. I want this beginning to be faster, please. I roasted a whole onion like a baked potato twice this month, and that was interesting with some salt and butter. Yes! A classic presentation of baked onion. Julia Child will do a baked onion where she hollows it out, fills it with breadcrumbs and a little bit of butter, and as it bakes, all the juice goes into the breadcrumbs with the butter and the salt and the pepper. And oh, I love you, Julia Child. You would have gotten 3 of your dreadnoughts here, Graz. And of course, turkeys are on sale right now because, turkey season. And the smallest turkey I could find was like 12 pounds. And I live by myself. That's a lot of turkey.
But this is part of the reason why it used to be traditional to use smaller birds.
Yep. I thought
it's like, oh, my family doesn't need a bird that large. We'll use a bird that fits the size of our family.
A 20-pound bird?
I used to make 20-pound birds, and I found out they just don't cook as evenly, so I started doing 2 12-pound turkeys when we had a big family. And I would put one in my oven, and my sister-in-law, who lived next door to us, would cook one in her oven. So we'd have 2 identical turkeys for dinner. And that meant we had extra legs and fewer fights.
Well, actually, what I was getting at is that if you are not expecting your family to eat more than, say, 5 pounds worth of meat, then you don't need to cook more than 5 pounds worth of meat.
No, I totally agree. Hey, Augie! Speaking of the devil, how are you doing? Everybody was looking for you earlier. Wanted to know how you're doing. Don't worry, nothing bad.
I got 6.
Pardon? Oh, I'm at 2. I'm at 2.
I went to 4.
Oh, good. So how are you doing, sweetie? I hope you're doing okay. Hey, if anybody sees JB and some of the other games he plays, I've been trying to see if he's going to the Chicago Star Trek convention. Since we met up there last year. that's what we were saying. What are you streaming?
Yeah, last I heard it was Path of Exile 2.
JB has not been playing Stowe, which, it's fine. But we usually chat on other occasions. I just hadn't seen him for a while. And of course I worry about him. I worry about everybody when I don't see him. That's my job. Path of Exile 2, that was it. It was Baldur's Gate. And Outer Worlds 2 once I get paid.
I got a coworker that wants to play Outer Worlds 2.
Oh, 2's up.
Oh, so someone flew past 5 but didn't turn it on.
That's okay. We had 5 running.
I have it turned on now.
Okay. I'm going to help out at 1 for a moment with the...
I'm going to fly back to 4 because I see things approaching it. I still find the whole, attempting to escape thing to be ominous. It's like, wait a second.
What do they know that we don't know?
You're not phrasing this as if they're attacking something. You're phrasing this as if we're victimizing them, and that bothers me.
Yeah. No, it is the Ethereans. They're not the nicest people. What kind of camera did you get, Augie? I'm curious.
Okay, 4's done.
I'm taking out simulators and watching on 1.
5 is the only one currently in progress, so I'm going to head back over there because I do see several things.
1's in progress. We're doing good on it.
Oh, well.
Matt Black says it was nice knowing you BG3 can take over your life, Mom.
Well, Baldur's Gate 3 is one of those games that has a stupid amount of replayability because they added branching paths for things that most game developers wouldn't even think about putting in alternate paths for.
But that makes it fun.
So see, because the thing is, they had people doing play testing for them, and they went around. It's like, okay, so what did the play testers think of, and what for stupid plots did the play testers get up to that we didn't plan for originally, and then coded in cutscenes that you have to do. That only work a certain specific way. There's actually a unique cutscene that you can trigger by using a special ability to do a time slip thing and steal a bomb that an NPC is threatening you with. Well, the original script for this didn't actually have stealing the bomb as one of the options, because of the fact that the devs weren't planning on that being an option. But one of the playtesters figured out that if you did the whole time slip thing, you could actually do that. So they actually programmed in a special cutscene that only triggers when you do the bomb stealing thing.
Very specific dialogue in that game. Such specific dialogue that the only way to see it is if you actually cheated. But they made a cutscene for it. With a whole interaction, which makes the NPC start questioning its existence and nature of reality, talking directly to the player.
I vaguely recall that there's one where it's like, what? I thought that was impossible. It's like, I didn't believe that anyone could do that. It's something or other like that.
Yeah, and you have to literally break the game and do an interaction with Carla without her, without that normally being possible. And yet she still has lines to respond with. that literally make her direct herself to you, the player, and question the nature of existence, which is
Barrelmancy.
really really freaky. But they went through the extra trouble of coding that in.
Well, folks, I need to take care of L doggers because they're sitting here going, hey, where's our snack? So let's go raid somebody. Let's see who is out there today. Yeah, that works better when I'm looking at the right screen. Come on, Mom, right screens. There we go.
Oh, Wolfpuck is on Star Trek Online. Don't see anyone other people on my friends list and or follow list and Twitch that are actually playing Star Trek Online.
You are correct. I'm not seeing anybody else tonight. Oh, William Ambervane. Yeah. You said Wolfpuck?
Yeah, Wolfpuck, and like it's like this one person is doing Fortnite, this other person is doing Elder Scrolls.
Oh, no. There's quite a few on, but let's go raid Wolfpuck, because Wolfpuck good to us.
And then you have MC Wolfcat playing Elite Dangerous, which, sure, it's a space game, but it's not this space game.
Oh, that's okay. Anyway, we're going to go raid Wolfpuck. Last stream before moving, so let's go get him. Yes, I know. Be patient. Be patient. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. We will see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Take care and give Wolfpuck some love. And yeah, I got to go feed the dogs. And you folks have a great evening. Oh my God, the ducks are annoying. I will talk to you all later.